Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction or read-through for Tower of God, Urek Mazino, Chapter 47, The Hour of Light, Part 1. I'm excited to see where we go after the reveals from last time. I really like the last, two chapters. But especially last chapter, I think that the stuff with Asa and Heidi was really good. I love the explanation for Phantaminum and the ones who once were shining, those who swallowed the light. I like their goal, their ambition, the thing that they're trying to do here in the tower is just stop a new Axis from being born, and also Axis is being named in the series itself. The fact that, we're putting things together, I guess, truth be told, this is just Obrion's take on things. I guess this isn't the tower itself telling us what it was made for. This is just Obrion saying, this is what I think the tower was made for, but still, we have learned before, the tower is meant to test, and the old God of Guardians thing referred to people as users. So I'm thinking there were people talking about who it was meant to test. I think the best guess is V if it's a specific person, but I kind of think the best story would maybe if it's not for a specific person, it's just whoever climbs to the top, they are the one who becomes an Axis. Whoever makes it to the top, they are the one that it was meant for. It's not meant for a specific person, but the person who makes it is the specific person. And that also makes you think, okay, who made the tower? Or how are there other towers? Are there multiple? Things like that are very cool. I also think that Axis is probably going to be different from how it was described. It is questionable now, but seems like Urek may be an Axis himself. And if so, I actually think it's a good thing if Axis is tweaked a little bit, and that includes Urek into being an Axis. And if we tweak Axis into just being a very special person, a very special being that the universe or universes needed, sort of like what the tower needs, what the universe needs, a being that is needed to exist for one reason or another. Because that's kind of what Phantaminum was. Phantaminum was brought into being for a specific reason because of the Shining Ones and their kind of abuse of their powers and overstepping and all of that. And Urek seems to also have come into existence. All of the Shining Ones were taken and turned into jewels, and Phantaminum turned on the darkness and was kind of doing the same thing the Shining Ones were doing, basically, hoarding that power. And then Urek seems to be a Shining One that just showed up. I want to know more about who raised him, but he seems to have just shown up as a response to Phantaminum. So I think an Axis is just going to be a special, needed existence out there. And I think that's a good way to have it, other than the way that Axes were originally described, which is kind of that, but it was also said that they can just write the story of reality into existence. And I think I agree. Some of you probably said it in the comments too, and I totally agree with you. That is too vague and OP to really be too good in a story. So I kind of like that. And also, it makes you think, okay, Phantaminum's goal is kind of similar to what Zahar's already doing, preventing people from climbing higher. So did Phantaminum leave? I think Phantaminum is maybe still lurking out there in the tower, because that gives Urek more to do in the main present story. Same with the other former Shining Ones. They're just whoever we don't see get taken down or saved or whatever here in the spinoff. We can just assume, maybe they're just lurking out in the tower. I like the idea of all of that stuff. So I thought all of that was really well done. Is there anything else I wanted to bring up before I continue? I guess not. Oh, also, going back to the Neo and Rue stuff, I like it more than I did before. I didn't hate it before, but I thought it wasn't the best. But I like it a lot more now. I feel like I get it a lot more. I like it a lot more. And get it not as in I didn't understand it before, but get it as in I kind of respect the story direction. I kind of enjoy it more. Before it was like, I don't really like it, but it's not the worst thing ever or anything. Now it's like, okay, I like it more now. it's still not great. It's still not super well written. It's still not very good. But I do think it's better than I thought it was before. I enjoy it at least more than I did before. And one last thing before I get into reading, I just wanted to warn you all, because I think there is some audience overlap here, that Naya, I'm sure plenty of you watch his stuff too. Naya got hacked, I think both his Discord and his Twitter. So watch out for anything there. And also, on top of that, right after finding that out, my Twitter got suspended for what's it called? Suspicious activities or something like that. But apparently that's been happening to like thousands of people. There are just so many people posting complaints about that over the past couple days. So I think that's just something that's been happening to like everyone. And I bring it up because whenever I post a video, like, my Twitter account's been around since I started YouTube, because I kind of think I started it along with starting YouTube. But basically the only thing I do up there is just like and retweet stuff and post videos when I have videos to post. The first thing I do whenever I post any new video is I share it to Discord, Twitter, and the community tab. So, you can follow along with those for updates on when I post anything. But yeah, I guess if you get your notifications from Twitter, you will not be anymore, at least for the foreseeable future, unless I get unsuspended or something. So I did want to warn you that if that's the way you normally find things, that you won't be finding it there. And also warn you about Naya's account and everything. But with that all aside, I guess we're good to continue into the actual chapter. So you're saying a new Axis will be born. Yes, and as you're well aware, we can't allow that to happen. We're not going to wait until this being reveals itself. We'll take the tower first. We'll seize everything in this tower that was being prepared for this being, and make it ours. Then, it'll never even get the chance to be born. Such is the will of Lord Fantaminum. I forgot to say, I do think if it is meant for any specific person, then I think the most likely is V, and that now V is kind of like a spirit within Bomb or whatever, that it's now kind of Bomb because of V, but not because of Bomb himself. But then again, the idea of Bomb being both an irregular and not an irregular because he was born in the tower makes Bomb very special and everything. So, it is... there's a lot that it could be. But I think the best idea is that users, whoever users are, maybe users are just irregulars, but people who aren't irregulars don't count as users. I think it's a better idea to me if it isn't a specific, like, chosen one type person that was meant to become the Axis, but it's just whoever becomes the Axis, whoever becomes the person who makes it to the top, they are the chosen one. Not because they were preordained to be so, but because they were the ones that made it. So we have episode 47, The Hour of Light, part 1. Gah. And we're seeing so the random that had been hanging around has captured Evelyn and the others. Gah, let us go. I'm afraid I can't do that, cuties. So she has a stutter. I received orders to keep you here. Former test director Bell. Trust me, I'd love to kill you right now. Or right here. But I was told we need to keep someone named Urek distracted until Lady Mago regains all of her powers. So I'll wait. I wish I could flay your soft flesh from your bones. But when Lady Mago becomes the queen, she'll do away with these silly rules. Why are rankers not allowed to kill you weak regulars? That's all I want to do. Your pitiful, helpless screams would be music to my ears. I just wish I could drink your hot, fresh blood. So she is just insane. And then she promised me that when she becomes our queen, rankers will be able to kill all the regulars they want. And we have a swish. And I'm trying to guess, what's his face had arms like this, or hands like this, right? Why am I from Donjon? Donjon had hands like this, didn't he? Something like that. It is Whatever. Is he going to back suplex her? If so, peak. He does. Oh my god, the suplex. That's amazing. Don John. You, greasy hair. I have a name, you know. That was amazing. Just back suplexed her. Or, like, actually, that's just a German suplex, yeah. That's so good. I have a name, you know. It's a good thing test directors can track regulars as pockets. I had a bad feeling about all this. A ranker trying to harm regulars? That's preposterous. I'll have to let Urek know. Hey, Urek. Huh? Is that you, Danjon? Your friends are safe with me. Don't worry, I'll even send you their location. They'll be under my protection, so come get them. And he gets stabbed in the neck. He gets shanked. Gah! Squelch. Danjon? Danjon, and we have more screaming and stabbing. Danjon, I can see his location. He goes to take off, but the Emperor's in the way. You can't block my strikes. You may be fast, but I am light itself. He gets out of there. Gah! Kurg! Hopefully he just has Tower of God injuries, so he'll be fine. My head. You cracked my head open. And we're seeing... We still don't... Oh wait, no, we do have her name, Belle. Your skin's too tough. Kurg, it's no fun to stab. Danjon. And he straight up flash moment runs in to save Danjon. He breaks the knife. We have his fist coming in. He punches her straight in the face. Then a flash of light from his fist, and he sends her flying. Urek. You alright, Danjon? How did you get here so fast? Oh, it was nothing. Thanks for what you did. It would have taken me much longer to find them otherwise. Sorry I didn't get here faster. Urek, you could have gotten here faster? What are your legs made of? We have Shinsu swishing around. You can go. He releases them. Okay, that was the binding. I love. She just stanced up along with everybody else. She's just part of the team. I love Dodo Queen so much. She's so good. I think she is my favorite character in the spinoff. I am sorry, Evelyn. Like, Urek's great and all, but we have him in the main story. Spinoff character. I like a lot of them. I like Neo. I like Rohan. I love Evelyn. Evelyn's maybe one of my favorites, but Doro Queen is so good. Urek, just go. I'll forgive you for stabbing me. But this time, you better make a proper wish. Thank you. They run off. Danjon, you can use Shinsu to get away from here, right? Run as far away as you can. Soon, pure evil will descend upon this place. Are we going to actually get Pentaminum? He makes it through a doorway. Back to where Obrion is. Okay, you just came back. I came back to beat your ass. I love we have censorship of the purple blob's ass. I feel like you could have just shown it. Like it's just a purple blob. Unless they've got something hanging out back there. And even then, it would just be a purple blob. I feel like you could just show it. And she has been demolished? So you've been defeated already. How useless. We have Squelch. Advance, Emperor. And the Squelch looks like it's coming just from where the ass of that creature was. He just hit it with the 1,000 years of pain really quick. Advance, Emperor. Then the Emperor charges in. And Urek is blocking the sword with his fist. Punching straight through. The Emperor gets some space back. My mind feels much more clear now. I had so many questions when I got here. The island that smells of salt, Ru, Neo, and what you all were trying to achieve by appearing out of nowhere. Right? Now he has all of the answers. But now I see what's going on. There's no need to waste time talking. Now, I can just focus on beating you up. Come on, I'll tear you to pieces. And then Obrion prepares to fight again. He rushes in. The stance. And they clash once again, but this time he's breaking his fingers. They're all cattywampus. We're now in the hour of light. In other words, he uppercuts him. It's time for your beating. And darkness is starting to take over Obrion. Is he going like crazy demon form? Do you truly think? Very neat looking. Also, sorry, hiccup, the segmented red horns design. At first it was only used for like Zahard related things, but now it's just being used more and more, I think. But I think it's also part of him being insectoid now that I'm looking at the arms and stuff. Do you truly think they'll wish for her happiness this time? Then you haven't changed one bit. Urek, you still believe humans can find salvation? Yeah, I'd say I do. Humans are beautiful because they're foolish. The way they chase the shine of gems and throw themselves into flames without even realizing they're burning. That irredeemable foolishness is what makes them shine. And if you refuse to see that, then you're not really seeing humans at all, Urek. That liquid still smells awful. He's avoiding it and going in close. Seems like he lands a hit, but it's blocked. And he still has to contend with the Emperor as well. Okay. He lands another hit this time, but the Emperor's coming in from behind. We see a tap. He jumps up to avoid it as the sword goes in towards Obrion, but stops right before it reaches him. Dear friend, if you've dulled so much that you can no longer cut through the darkness, then you can die with it. And he tosses a bomb of energy down. And I think I've been saying like energy, it's unclear what is Shining One energy versus Shinsu. I think it's all been Shinsu. I think he's being powered up by his abilities as a Shining One, by his light. But I think his light is mostly a within thing, or a thing that is like working itself through all of his attacks, but the attacks themselves are still Shinsu. I think that's what we were supposed to take from what Obrion was saying before when he was talking about Shinsu being a mysterious power and all, and how somebody like them can use this mysterious power really, really well because of how strong they are on the outside, or whatever it was he was saying. But I think that they have had to adapt to the tower's fighting style. Like what Obrion's using and what Urek is using, what they're both using is Shinsu. They are just adapting to the tower's rules and way of fighting. So it is still their powers, but their powers are adapted to the tower's rules, which are Shinsu. Okay, and we end there anyway. Alright. Either way, I really loved that one again. I think that this spinoff has kind of been cooking a little bit. I have been having a lot of fun. I like the Mago Edwan fight a ton. I think that the reveals we were getting with Fintaminum and all were very good. And I think that this fight with Urek and Obrion started off a bit weak, but has just gotten better. So yeah, I have really, really enjoyed this. I think it's good. I'm pretty happy with where the spinoff is right now. So with that aside, I don't think I have much else to say, so I'll end here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. If you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this chapter, my thoughts and reaction. Subscribe for more Tower of God Urek Mazino, much more on the channel. If you want to help support the channel by becoming a member or patron, then or by sharing around or dropping a super thanks, that's appreciated. But if you want to become a member or patron, you'll get your name at the end of videos and get One Piece bingo early. Just hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you to people who are already members and patrons. Thank you to Chosen Regulars Evan Holly and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls The D-Man and Maru, Cherryton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Element, Pate Ardial. Thank you all so much for your support. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.